Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. You're crafting with the Songbird Stamper. It's a Friday today, and normally I would upload my Facebook Live videos. However, the sound quality was so poor today that I've decided to pop back on and do a quick video which I'll upload to YouTube and to Facebook to show you how I made these two cards. Now I'm using the beautiful new Butterfly Bouquet collection from Stampin Up. And this is what it looks like. Isn't that cool? So I've used the dies here for these two cards. As soon as I saw, let me move these out of the way a sec. As soon as I saw the dies themselves, and they come as one big die, and it cuts out all of these shapes in one foul swoop. So this is the negative that you're left with, and I thought we could do something pretty cool with that. So I have got a piece of Whisper White card. This measures 10 by 14 centimetres, and I've got this overlay that I'm just going to pop on the top. Now you can tape this down if you want to, you don't need to. I've got two colours of ink, So Saffron and Calypso Coral. I'm going to be using my blending brush. Now I'm only using one blending brush for the two colours. You can use two if you want to. I'm being a little bit frugal with them. And they clean quite easily. All you need to do is rub it onto your grid paper and get rid of any excess that's on there. Then when you start to blend, just work with the lighter colour first, and then you can move on to the darker colour, and that way you save contaminating your ink pads. All you're going to do is pick up the ink in a smooth and circular motion. Don't want too much on there. I'm going to start off the page just to make sure I've got rid of the worst of it, as they say, and then just lightly sponge onto your cardstock. Now this template can be reused over and over again. So that's it, we're now on to the second colour. Put that to one side for just a second and bring in the Calypso Coral. And all I'm going to do is fill this into those white spaces there. Blend that nicely in, and we can always go back over with this So Saffron one towards the end if we feel we need to. So you can go as light or as dark as you want to with this, entirely up to you. Like I say, you can always go back in, just if you're going from dark colour to light colour, just rub that on there and make sure you're getting rid of the worst of that ink, and pick up some more of your light So Saffron and come back in and blend those two colours. Because you've already got a little bit of Calypso Coral on there as well, it will help to blend neatly. If your template moves like it did earlier for me, just line it back up with the shape and you'll be good to go. I've die cut some of the more detailed dies that come in the set. It's a huge set of dies, as you can see from the pictures. And what we're going to do is just fill those in. You can see they fit absolutely beautifully onto there. First of all though, I'm going to take some multi-purpose liquid glue. This is the Tombow glue, and I'm just going to layer this up onto my mats. So this is 10 by 14, this is 10.5 by 14.5. This is So Saffron. And then that's going to go onto the Calypso Coral layer. I hope you fall in love with this set as much as I have. Honestly, I've made so many samples. I've only had it for a couple of days. I've made so many samples with it that I've got to show you over the coming weeks. And this is just one of them. It's actually one of my favourite, I think. So that's our matte and layer there. Also got a piece of thick Whisper White card here. Whatever size you do your mats and layers, you determine determine what size card that you want here, but it's approximately 16.5 centimetres by 25.5 centimetres scored in half, and that will fit neatly onto there like that. Sometimes it's really nice to have this big white border going around. Just need to make sure I've got that lined up, and then grab my bone folder somewhere in my drawer of goodies. I'm going to stick this down first before I pop all my butterflies on. These are really quick, easy cards to make. The most time consuming thing is cutting all of those butterflies out, but they're all different, so you can cut them all out in one go. You run them all through the Big Shot at the same time, which is super handy. It's when things are the same and you've only got one of them and you want to create multiples, that's when it takes a while. That's that there, and when I stick them down, all I'm going to do is pop a little bit of glue just along the back here. And just stick them down in the middle so you still get that dimension from the wings when they lift up slightly. You could leave it like that if you wanted to, and you get all of that dimension there. I'm just going to pop a greeting on. I've got a piece of Calypso coral, 11 centimetres by 2 centimetres, and I'm going to heat emboss a sentiment from the floor Fancy Phrases. It's called Fancy Phrases, and it's this one here: may your day be filled with heartfelt happiness. So I'm going to pop that onto a block. I'm going to heat emboss it, and I'll be back in a moment. There we go, there's our sentiment heat embossed. Fits right along the panel. You can have it up high, down low, wherever you want it. I've got a little bit of ghosting going on here where the stencil just moves slightly. So I'm going to pop that onto that page, onto that piece there, and cover up some of that gap. I've got some of the foam strips that I'm going to be using. These are higher than normal dimensionals, so just be aware. And I'm going to pop a couple of those on. Just cut that with my... I really shouldn't use my really nice snips for this, but I love the foam strips. They're so easy to use because they're quick to use as well. If I'm going to pull off 10-dimensional backings, just quickly take those two off. And that goes on. Make sure you stick it the right way up. That'd be a disaster. And then pop that on, just lining each of the edges up, and have it as high as you want it. I think that's straight. Now I've got some quite well loved basic rhinestones, and my Take Your Pick tool. This is a godsend when you are working with dimension with gems. I've got two of the big ones which I'm going to pop just there and there, and then these little ones, I thought they looked quite cool. Just one on each of the centres. I felt like it needed a bit more bling, so their little bodies can have a rhinestone. There you go. Lovely, quick and easy card using the new Butterfly Bouquet dies from Stampin' Up, available on the 2nd of March. Here's one I did in Gorgeous Grape and Melon Mambo. So two completely different colourways, two really gorgeous cards. Hope you enjoyed that. If you fancy buying any of the products that I've used in this little tutorial here, and it's past the 2nd of March, you'll find these over on my shop. A link will be coming up just here now. But that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Happy stamping. Bye for now.